Hey guys, I've got a bit of a mashup today. I wanted to talk about the new BK Beauty brush set that BK Beauty collaborated with Angie from Hot and Flashy on. They sent me the brush set. I couldn't be more excited to try them out. I've got all 7 of them here. And I also wanted to talk about and demo the new Goss eyeshadow palette along with his 2 new essential eye kohl pencils in 2 new colors. So I thought this would be, I don't know, a good combination to talk about. So we're going to start off with some of the brushes to apply some face products, and then when I get into the eyeshadow palette, we'll use the eyeshadow brushes from Angie's set. A huge congratulations to BK Beauty and Angie on this beautiful brush set, by the way, and a huge congratulations to Goss on another incredible release. I can't wait for you guys to see this palette. I'm sure you've already seen his reveal video. If you haven't, I'll link all of these reveal videos actually down below in my description box if you want, you know, a little bit more in-depth information, if you want the perspective from the creators of these products. I think that's always a good idea. Okay, so let's start with the brush that I'm most excited for in this brush set. It is the A506 brush, and it is modeled after one of my favorite foundation brushes, as you guys know, which is the BK Beauty 101 brush. Now, I will tell you, when this 101 brush came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is like the foundation version of the Sephora Pro Concealer Brush number 71. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. This is amazing. You know, this brush I used for my concealer quite often. But this concealer brush is very, you know, the bristles are soft, but it's a little bit stiff. And so I feel like this brush, as you can see, it's fluffier. And this, I feel like, is the answer to all of my dreams. This one just came in a little bit short for me. I felt like sometimes it was just a little bit too aggressive with my concealer, with my under eye skin. And this one seems to be the answer for that because it's a lot fluffier, it's a lot softer, and I feel like it has a lighter touch. So I'm so excited for this, and this is where we're gonna start today. So I'm just gonna pull out my favorite concealer here, the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. And I know in Angie's video, she picks up the concealer with another one of her brushes, the A505 brush, which is like a flat, it's like a, I guess I could call it a shader brush, but it's like a lay down brush because it is very, very flat. So this is great for laying down cream, liquid type products. It's also great for shimmery shadows, things like that. But I know that's not how I personally apply concealer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I normally do, which is just dot some on with the doe foot applicator. So now I'm gonna take the A506 brush and, oh yeah, yep, this is a dream. I am in love. Do you see how fast and instant that blending was? So this, because it has a softer touch, it allows the product to actually set, you know, onto your skin, and then this brush blends it out. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, this is incredible. I can't believe how fast that is. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of concealer to my eyelid here. I find my eyelid skin to be a little bit more sensitive and reactive than my under eye skin. My under eye skin is just kind of dry and cranky, but my eyelid skin is very sensitive. I can get hives on there and all of that. And I'm really particular about what brushes I use on my eyelid. Ooh, yeah. Wow, fantastic. So soft. And I know Angie designed these brushes to work with more mature skin. And I really kind of didn't know what that meant. And when I watched her video, I thought, it all really kind of became clear. She really wanted these brushes to be efficient, to work and blend really easily. So anyway, I'll get into it more when I show you like more of the eyeshadow brushes, but it all makes sense now because the last thing you want to do with mature, especially mature eye skin, is like go back and forth and tug and keep at it. You really want tools that are very, very efficient. And so far, this is A+, huge thumbs up. I'm gonna move on to this blush brush, which is the 507 brush. It's an angled face brush. It's a little bit thinner at the higher side. So this is the higher side. It's a little bit thinner here, a little bit thicker here. And Angie shows how she applies blush by just adding it to the high point here, the thinner side, and then the thicker side kind of helps blend it out, the side without any product on there. I am gonna actually use this to apply a little bit of powder on my face. I feel a little shiny today. So I'm just gonna use the whole brush, the entire brush. I've got my Sisley pressed powder here, and I'm just gonna pick up some powder and pounce. Beautiful, applies evenly, picks up product easily. Now I'm gonna grab some bronzer. I've got the Wayne Goss Radiance Boosting Face Palette in Satin Bronze. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this side, which is Bronze Glow. It's a little bit lighter than this side and a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna grab a little bit with this brush, and I just dunked my whole brush in there, and I'm just gonna sweep down underneath my cheekbone. Just kind of use it as contour here. Ooh, beautiful. Picking up a little bit more and just dusting it on my forehead. I'm loving how easily everything is blending with the two brushes I've used so far. I can only imagine how the eye brushes are gonna behave. Really gorgeous. Okay, now I'm really interested to try this with my new favorite blush. This is the Dior blush in Charnel 459. And I'm just gonna wipe off this brush on a microfiber towel just to kind of get rid of that excess bronzer. And I'm gonna go into this Charnel blush, and I'm gonna try it Angie's way. So I'm just gonna dip the higher bristles into the blush. And then she likes to blush so that it lifts. I usually put blush here because I just wanna look like a happy cherub, but I'm gonna try it her way. I'm gonna kind of start up top here, and then she likes to turn the brush and blend. Great blending, really, really fast. Oh, great, 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 great. Let me do the same thing to this side. Wow, beautiful. And this brush is so soft. It feels like velour when I brush it against my skin. Ooh, lovely. All right. Well, that is the 507 brush. Really beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna throw in some of the Persona Swipe Up Brow Gel into my brows. And now I'm so excited to be playing with Wayne Goss's new eyeshadow palette, the Luxury Eye Palette in Tourmaline. 6 new shades, exact same size as his 3 previous palettes. This one has just lovely like cranberry tones, some golden tones here, like this one is just gorgeous. This has like a golden shift to it. And here are some swatches of it. So I went from left to right, top to bottom. And the top row are all like a really beautiful satin finish. And then the 4th shade is a matte brown. And then we have another satin finish like cranberry shade. And then the last shade is a beautiful like golden topper shade. And I'm looking at this wondering if I need to bring in some shadows from another palette. I'm gonna try not to because I really wanna see if I can create a look with just this palette. So I think I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade first. We may go back to it at the end, but I just wanna start there just to kind of get a feel. So I am going to use the A505 brush. This is like the flat shader brush. And when I look at this, I think immediately that I would use it for cream products, even cream eyeshadow. I think this would be great, or a wet dry kind of formula. But I do want to try this with a satiny shimmer kind of shade and see how it works. So I'm just going to pick up some of this peachy satin shade, and I'm going to focus that right in the inner portion there. And another point that Angie made when it comes to working with mature eyes and the skin around our eyes is that she wanted to create brushes that allowed you to place the product exactly where you wanted it. And I feel like this brush strongly represents that because it has this beautiful, like soft tip to it. I can get right into this corner of my like inner eyelid and get shadow there. Usually I have a hard time getting right into that corner, but this really makes it easy. This is such a beautiful satin shade. All right, next I'm gonna jump over to the brush 503. This is a really large, beautiful blender brush. I love the shape of this brush. It's like just got this really beautiful rounded edge there, which I think is just gonna be wonderful for blending. And again, it's a point that Angie made, that she really shaped these brushes so that things would blend easily and you wouldn't have to just keep working at it and working at it. So I'm using this big fluffy brush because I'm gonna go into this matte brown, which for me is a little bit deeper than a shade I would normally go into if I just want to start to kind of deepen up the outer corners and kind of accentuate like my socket line here a little bit. So I want to use a fluffy brush. And so I'm just going to dip in, pick up just a little bit of product. I'm going to tap off and actually pounce onto the back of my hand a bit just to get rid of any excess. And just slowly start to pat and sweep. This brush is incredibly soft. Wow, she was not kidding. These brushes really blend out beautifully. It's also a testament to these eyeshadows, let me just say. These eyeshadows are just like Wayne's other palettes. They're so fine, they're so beautiful. I don't feel like they're overly pigmented. They're just really, really easy to use. And I really thought the pairing of these brushes and one of Wayne's eyeshadow palettes was just perfect because Wayne is also always talking about how he likes to create his products for a very, very wide range of ages, and he always has mature skin, mature eyes in mind, and I really appreciate that. So anyway, let me go ahead and apply this brown to this side. Look at how easily that's blending. Oh my God. I kind of plopped down quite a bit of brown right there and I got a little nervous, but look at that. Blended right out. Wow, this is like a match made in heaven. I'm just building it up slowly in the socket line area. Let me go in with the next fluffy brush. This is the 502, and this is, I feel like a mini version of what we just used, which is the 503. And this is gonna be great for more kind of like purposeful application. So I really wanna go into one of these cranberry shades. I think I'm gonna go into this one down here, pick up a little bit with this brush. And again, this has a beautiful rounded shape. So you're gonna get a really nice kind of soft application. So picked up some product. I'm gonna just tap a little bit off on the back of my hand here. And I'm just gonna add some just to like the inside of that brown that I laid down. Wow. I mean, seriously, this shadow brush combination is wonderful. Everything looks airbrushed. And I'm putting almost no pressure down on the brush. I'm really letting the tips of the bristles really do all the work in terms of blending. I'm not like going in and like forcing it. And I feel like that's always a sign of a really good brush, that the quality of the bristles can do all of the work. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. Next, I'm going to take the 504 brush, which is an even smaller, it's like a little teeny tiny blending brush, again, for really precise application. I'm going to go into this deepest, it's like a blackened red wine shade. And I'm just going to bring it over my lash line here. I'm definitely going to be using the new Goss eyeliner, so I'm not really lining my eyes. I just want to deepen up the lash line a bit. This is such a perfect color story for fall. Cranberries, these red like mulled wine colors. Oh, gorgeous. And just for a little fun, I'm gonna add this gold color on top. I'm just gonna use my finger and I'm gonna tap it on. I'm gonna focus it closer to the inner corner of my eye. Wow, I love this eyeshadow look. I love these brushes. Oh my God, what a wonderful combination. I know I just said that, but this is great. This is great. Okay, love the palette, love the brushes. Let me show you the two new Essential Eye Kohl pencils from Goss. So he's come out with Tiger's Eye and Copper Flame. So Tiger's Eye is the deeper brown, but it has a really beautiful like warm golden fleck to it. And then Copper Flame is, well, it's a little bit more copper. It's a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna use the Tiger's Eye in my waterline, my lower waterline here. And I am As you guys know, just a sucker for brown eyeliner that has like a little bit of a metallic glint in there. And then I'm going to take Copper Flame and actually line my lashes with it. And I'm going to take that smallest blender brush, the 504, and I'm going to dip it into this blackened wine shade, red wine shade. And I'm going to run over that Copper Flame with it. Well, hot diggity. I feel like I have a wonderful fall look going right now. Oh, I really love it. I think if you wanted to make this even more dramatic, you could just add a little bit of this deep shade, this blackened wine shade, and just add a little bit to the outer corner here. So easy with this this little brush, this 504. You can just add a little bit and you get this like soft, deepened effect. So there it is, just a little bit more dramatic. See how this doesn't really have that black on the outer corner? Such a beautiful soft touch. This is great. If you like to just add a little bit. There. Oh, you guys, this eyeshadow palette is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. You know, I thought the first one was my favorite, and then the third one came out, and I thought, that one's my favorite. I think this one's my favorite now. This is so, so beautiful, and I'm just loving this like cranberry color story that is coming out. You know, we saw it with the Natasha Denona, the retro palette. I'm getting all of her names confused. Yeah, the midi retro, the latest one, the midi size. That one had a beautiful cranberry color story to it also. I'm just loving it. These brushes are so great. Angie did the most phenomenal job with these brushes. I am in love. And just FYI, I did not use, I mean, aside from the concealer brush, I did not use any of these with any cream products, but because they're synthetic haired and because she really designed them to be very versatile and have many, many like purposes for them, you can use them with cream products. And she did a great demo using an Honest Beauty cream blush with this blush brush, and it's gorgeous. It blended out the product like perfectly. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish up my look here, and I'll be right back. Here is my finished look. I wanted to continue on with that wine sort of story that we had going on in the eyeshadow, and so I used the Lisa Eldridge Embrace Lip Gloss in Myth. It has this beautiful like fuchsia undertone. I just put a little light, almost like a wine stain kind of situation on the lips. I love her lip glosses. Well, I think I have gushed about all of the products that I used in this video enough already. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.